Now, if you're having trouble staying down in your posture through contact, rather than kind of standing up out of your posture, I got a pretty surprising thing that I'm going to show you here. If you want to stay in your posture, it's not about hinging forward like this or having your body tilt forward. It's actually about having your body tilt this way. So to the right, which would be right side bend, and then just a little forward. So this is me staying in my posture in the golf swing. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm going to walk you through it step by step here. So what's going on if I get into a good impact position, I'm in my posture. My hips are open. They're about 45 degrees open, and my body is tilted to the right. So I'll get into impact and I'll kind of reverse it from there, back out of it, and I'll show you. So there's my good impact position. If I go ahead and turn my hips back square to the camera now, you'll see how this is a lot of right side bend and just a little bit forward. So this is staying in posture in the golf swing. Once you open your hips, now all of a sudden that's there. So again, if I'm just looking at that from this face-on view, it's a little bit bending forward like this, but we'll get to that in a second. The first piece of it is it's a lot of right side bend. So my right shoulder feels like it tucks down much lower than my left. I feel like my elbow, as it's resting, it's kind of halfway up. I almost want to slide my right elbow down until it's at my belt buckle here. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and bend forward just slightly. And I'm way over here. So my shoulders are pointing to the right. My right shoulder is way lower. My shoulders should be about 45 degrees to the right, so that when I open my hips up 45 degrees, my shoulders are now square. So it's that right bend that's really the culprit. So let me lead you through a series of drills that's going to make this very, very easy. The first one's my favorite. I'd play golf like this all the time if I could. You just won't get your full distance like this, but man, it feels amazing. It's going to train you to get great impact. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up this golf ball. I'm going to put my feet about a club head width apart, and I'm going to face them forward about 45 degrees. So I'm basically presetting my hips to be facing where they would be at impact. Both of my toes are in line with each other. Both of them are facing forward like this. If I look at my ball position, ball off the pinky toe of the right foot, and if I drop back my left or my right foot, you can see it's kind of going toward about here in my left foot. You'd have a great angle from that there. So that's my ball position, feet close together, and then from there what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set this golf club up with a lot of shaft lean, which is a big part of hitting the golf ball great. So if I get in this right side bend and rotate forward, that's going to get my hands way in front, which is what the pros are doing, and you're going to hit it a heck of a lot more solid. So I'm going to do that, lean the hands forward. Now, a big mistake people make from here, don't lift this club up out like this. Don't let it go outside. Bring it from the inside. Still try to hit a nice little draw as you're doing this. So from the inside, turning it over. And we're just going to start out with a little tiny little 50, 60-yard shot. There we go, and that was hit great. Man, you just compress these so well. I mean, I love hitting these shots. It's probably one of the best drills ever because it forces you into some really good things. It forces you to open the hips. I mean, you're not going to close the hips from here. They're already open. It also forces you, if I'm just going to be able to reach that golf ball, imagine I don't get into side bend now. I can't even reach the ball. So I have to bend this way to be even able to reach it and get that shaft lean that I want. So let me go ahead and swing a little harder on this one. And again, what I'm feeling a lot of is I'm feeling this right elbow slide down my side and go more toward my belt buckle here, or my belt, side belt loops. Slides down the seam of my shirt. So as I swing, that's what I'm feeling as I'm hitting these shots. So I'll go ahead and try another one. And it just forces you to do that. And if you hit a couple shots like that are almost just barely drawing, I would prefer to get you to go even more inside out and really over-exaggerate the draw aspect of this. That way we don't just open our body up and start chopping over the top. I want to still come from the inside as I'm doing this. Yeah, those just feel great. Again, it doesn't matter how far you're hitting them. That's about as far as I'm going to hit one doing this drill, 150 yards with a 7-iron, but that's plenty far for what we're doing here. That gets you the feeling of two things. Your hips are going to open up there. Your shaft lean is going to automatically be in front because where your hips go forward, it wants to push the shaft up there. And then if you just get a little right side bend, you're in great position there. Now, let me go ahead and build this right side bend and in one other way that guarantees you'll stay in your posture. We're going to go ahead and preset the club about 45 degrees to the right, just like this. So this will be toward the camera. I'm going 45 degrees this way. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get in all the side bend that I can until I go ahead and have my right elbow against my belt buckle. It's way down there, right? This is about where I want to be at impact. This is the feeling I want to have. From there, I'm just going to bend forward. So I'm going to set up like I normally would position-wise from the golf ball. I'm going to do this to get in that position. I'm going to bend forward, and I'm going to rotate my hips until that's where I'm trying to feel like I am from impact. You'll notice that you feel like your right ear is on the ground. If you're used to standing up and flipping, when you do this drill, like I just said, you're going to feel like the right side of your head is on the golf ball. It's just a wild feeling, especially if you're not used to getting that side bend and staying in your posture. So feel that a few times just to get in that good impact position. And then from there, we're going to have the same feeling that we did in that feet 45 degree open, but now we're just going to have to use our legs a little bit more to get us there. So right heel can come off the ground, my knees kind of swivel forward, and now all of a sudden I can get my hips open and get in that right side bend. So I've trained hips opening separately. I've trained right side bend separately by going through this little drill so I can feel both of them. Now I'm just putting both those feels together and you'll be able to easily stay in your posture. There we go. Not going to hit one a whole heck of a lot better than that. Starting to want to draw back just a little bit. 193 with a 7-iron. Definitely really happy. And again, if I want to stay down in my posture even more, get more shaft lean, make the ball go even a little bit lower. So this one I'm going to go ahead and get more right bend, more shaft lean, and you'll see the apex will be a little bit lower on this one. I'm just exaggerating the feelings that we just had by opening the hips and getting that right side bend. And that is solid there. I mean, that one is 199 with a 7-iron. You saw the ball flight came down. The height of it is a little bit lower. That just means the hands got in front and I stayed my posture even better. Now that you've gotten the feeling of this, I found most people get the general awareness of this, but they need to have a video that teaches them how to use their hands through contact to really tie it all in together. And I have the perfect video for that. Now that you're much closer to the golf ball like you should be and in your posture, I have a video called the Knuckle Dragger, and man, that's going to help you to get a ton of lag and really get that club working through contact the way you've always dreamed that it would, just like the pros. Just that big angle here and releasing it in front, just like everybody wants to have. I'll play a preview of that here in a second, and all you need to do is go ahead and click one of the cards that you see up here on the right. During the preview, the little circular eye card that pops up. If you don't see one of those, don't worry. Go down to the link below in the description of this video. You can click the link there and get instant access to this video from that link too. So I can't wait to share with you the Knuckle Dragger. Once you pair it up with what you just learned, man, your golf swing is going to be feeling amazing and you're going to be making great contact. Best of luck. Let's go ahead and get started. I got an awesome video for you. This one is what I call Knuckle Dragger. This is one of the best ones, one of the big missing pieces to players that are struggling to get more lag. Now, let's talk about when you lose lag, what's happening. A lot of times what's happening is as you make your downswing, if we're looking from this down the line view, what happens is my hips go toward the golf ball. They start to slide forward. My chest moves back away from this golf ball, so I'm getting farther away from the golf ball. And then all of a sudden, I cast, I flip, and I don't have a lot of lag there. Well, look how far my hands are away from the ground. Also notice when I get my hands closer to the ground, so as my hands get lower, then what happens is they also go forward more. So as I want to have more lag, when you feel like your knuckles are dragging the ground, then that club is naturally going to lag back behind, and then you're going to release that out in front. When your hands are far away from the ground, well, if I had all that lag, where would I be swinging? I'd be swinging a foot over top of the golf ball. So you have to kind of flip, release that lag early to just make contact with the golf ball at all. So having those knuckles feeling like they're scraping the ground is really going to be a big key. Now another piece to this, again, when I talked about losing that posture, your hips go forward. You're going to want to feel like, as those hands scrape the ground, your knuckles drag the ground.